John is here at Farlows. Sorry it's been a while since we did our last video. We've just been really busy, haven't we, George?
Yeah, obviously Nathan's been busy with his rugby. I've got a full-time job now, so we've not really found the time to come down and shoot a video to get rugby, really.
Nah, it's been really frustrating. We've just wanted to get out on the bank, but obviously the jobs have dictated that we can't. So we've made a long journey down to Farlows from Manchester this morning. We got on the gate at 7 AM. We've done a few laps around the lake and we found out quite a bit, haven't we, George?
Yeah, spoke to Ed, the owner, a few of the bailiffs, and obviously some of the local lads that are fishing here at the moment. And we decided to come on pegs 41 and 42 just from some advice, really. Yeah,
the lad said that there's been a few fish coming from these few pegs along the smelly bank, so I think it's a good place to start. Obviously a few fish coming out, they might be holding up there with this cold weather, so don't know about you, but I want to get the rods out.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's crack on.
About today then, Nate?
Well, it's been a bit of a funny one, hasn't it, George?
Yeah.
We set up in the pegs that we set at the start of the day, and then we put a few zigs out because it was really sunny, but the sun went in and now as you can see it's gone really overcast. So I decided to move down a swim because most of the fish have been coming off this peg 43. So I've moved down, I've got the rods really tight, just over 100 yards it is, and I was just putting the bait out, just spodding out, and it's tore off.
Get in.
Get in
there.
Get in there, man. That is a nice fish as well. Oh yeah. That'll do. Absolute stunner, can't believe it. This is what we came to Farlows for, to show you some of these nice scaly fish that are in this lake behind me. I was spodding out over the top of my rod and it absolutely melted off. The hook hold was unbelievable as well, absolutely nailed on that little stiff hinge I like to use, so we'll talk about that I'm sure later on in the session. But what a fish, just over 27 pound, I'm absolutely made up, so I think I'm going to get it back and get that rod back out on the spot. Let's hope there's a few more of these out there.
Right, well, all the rods are sorted for the night, aren't they, Nate?
Yeah, we managed to get all the rods back on the spots, clipped them all up, and they've gone out pretty perfectly, to be honest. But we've not been using a lot of bait, have we, George?
No, obviously spoke to the owner, found out there's only been one fish out last night due to the cold weather. It's getting below freezing at night, so we just kept it down to 3 spots over each rod, fishing high track hook baits, just fishing for a bite, really.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to approach it. Obviously, like George said, it's getting really cold at nights, and yeah, the fish aren't really in a big feeding mood, so I think we just fish for a bite at a time is the best way to go for them at the minute. But yeah, speaking of the cold, I think we should get the kettle on, don't you?
What's happened now?
Well, it's about 9:30 in the morning now, and I was just thinking about actually reeling in and doing a recast and putting some more bait out, because I had a few more bream in the night, so I think they might have cleaned me out, and then the right hand rod's just pulled up tight, so yeah, so we get this one in. Yes! Get in there. That is a nice fish. Well, there it is, the second fish of the session. An absolute stunner, I think you'll agree. Look at the scales on this one. Like I said, I was thinking about a recast and then my rod ripped off. So if they hadn't cleaned me out before, they definitely have now. So I think I'm gonna get back to the swim, get some more spods out and get them rods back on that spot. Get in there. Right, I'm just going to talk you through the spod mix that I'm using on this session. The main base for it is just literally 18 and 15mm Pacific tuna done in the crusher, so a few of them in there. Next, I'm just going to add some maggots that I've riddled off just to get rid of the sawdust. So good handfuls of them in there, a few handfuls. Give that a mix up. Into that, I'm just going to add some rock salt. Not much, just a few handfuls of that going in. So, again, give it a nice mix up. And obviously that's quite a dry mix to start with, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of lake water just to dampen it down slightly and give it a bit of moisture and a bit of weight to go out in the spawn. The reason I've gone with this bait combination is because the fish aren't really in an eating mood, so they're not really looking for big beds of boilies and stuff like that. So I've gone in with a crumb and the maggots, so it's not really filling them up. They can digest it very easily, and then obviously the higher tracked hook baits that I'm using over the top, they're just picking off the fish. So it seems to be working. Let's get some more out there.
In again, nice.
Yeah, I was just going through the pictures actually of that last fish, and yeah, I managed to get the bait out like we said, because it definitely had me off. And it's been about, I don't know, half an hour since I put the bait out, and it's gone again. had this one at just over £17, and that spot is absolutely rocking. Had it again on that little stiff hinge, and that spod mix over the top. Buzzing.
Right, I'm just going to take you through the equipment that I use to fish at long range. Obviously in our other videos you might see me using shorter rods and stuff, but for anything sort of 80-90 yards plus I like to bring these out. So I've got here the Fox Horizon XTK in a 12 foot. They're 3 to 5 ounce casting weight, and there's not a lot I can say about these rods. They're absolutely perfect for long distance fishing. I've personally been able to cast these rods over 160 yards, so I'm doing the 104 yards here at Farlows really comfortably. Coupling that with a big pit reel, this is essential for long distance fishing. Obviously it can hold a lot of line and it enables you to cast further as well. Moving on to the line, this is the Fox Exocet tapered main line. So I've got a section of 35 pound Exocet which tapers down to 12 pound over a section of about 15 metres. That takes the force of the cast when obviously you're casting big leads at range, and then it helps to get you down to the thin line really quickly. That helps the rig sail out there really easily. Moving down, I've got the Fox Springer arms on there. I recommend using these anything upwards of 100 yards range. They give absolutely outstanding bite indication, especially when fishing a tight line, which I prefer to do at range. As soon as that bobbin moves, I know something's going on with the rig. I can hit the rod. And the last thing I would say is get yourself a finger store. When you've got one of these on, you cast the rod so much harder, and it enables you to cast a lot further. If you didn't have one of these on, you'd be scared of hurting your finger and you wouldn't hit the rod as hard, therefore not getting the distance that you require.
Well, day two's drawing to a close, but it's been quite a productive day, hasn't it, Nick?
Yeah, it's been a good day to be fair. That spot that I've been fishing at long range has really produced. I think it's mainly because the surrounding area is sort of 8-9 foot and then it drops into an 11-12 foot hole. I think it's just like the fish are just holding up there and I'm just picking them off. But the weather's completely changed now, hasn't it?
Yeah, last night it was definitely below zero and we were feeling the cold, weren't we?
Yeah, it was freezing.
Whereas tonight it's not supposed to get below 7 degrees, so things are looking much better for a bite. So we're feeling pretty confident going into the night, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. All the rods are back on the spot, the bait's out there, so hopefully we'll see you in the night with a carp.
Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world in the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world in the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something.
Well, how about that start for a morning? Had this one about half an hour ago, but the light just wasn't enough to just film it, so stuck it in the SCR, got my rod back out, and now I can show it you. And I think you'll agree it's another absolute stunner. I was very lucky to get it in. As I landed it, I noticed there was a big rock and a clump of zebra mussels stuck to my main line above my tubing, so that's testament to that 35 pound Exocet fused leader that I've got on there. Without that, I don't think I'd have landed this fish, so I think what I'll do is I'll get some pictures, slip it back and try and get another one.
take you through some of my personal favourites when it comes to higher track hook baits and what I do to make them even better. Firstly, I'll start off with a new citrus zest from the Elite range. As the name suggests, it's a real potent, fruity smell. But one thing I do to them is I get the new citrus zest booster liquid, give them a few sprays, and that alone is just enough for many people. But what I also do is get some of the fruit zest concentrate, put a little bit over the top, and then just give the whole thing a nice big shake. What that does, obviously, all the booster liquid coats the baits, and then that powder just sticks to the outside. Let them to dry for about a week or so, and it just gives it that bit more attraction. Also in the Elite range is the Dairy Supreme. I do a similar thing with these, but what I'll do is I'll get the Dairy Supreme booster liquid, give them a couple of sprays, and because these are sort of a real dairy sort of milky aroma to them, I'll get some lactose concentrate powder. Again, just put a bit over the top, give them a good shake, and that just gives what is already a very good pop-up that bit more of an edge.
Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world in the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something.
Right, I'm just going to talk you through the rig I've been using on this session. First of all, I've got about 2 foot of the tungsten rig tube. This is because there's a leader ban here at Farlows, so I can't use my more preferred submerged leader, so I've gone onto the tubing, but it's been really good so far. It's really heavy, which means when I'm fishing at distance and I'm fishing a tight line for my bite indication, it just ensures that the last 2 foot around the rig is pinned down and not coming into contact with the fish when they're feeding. Down from that, I've got one of the slick leg clips. I really like these leg clips because there's no actual ribs on the leg clip, which means the lead can eject very easily. So yeah, they're a brilliant piece of kit. Attached to that, I've got a 3.5 ounce distance casting lead. They've been perfect to get me out the 104 yards that I've needed to go on this session. If the wind did pick up, then I probably would go to a 4 just to make sure I'm hitting that clip and taking the ball at my line. Coming down from that, I've got one of the micro tungsten anti-tangle sleeves. Obviously fishing at long range, that just ensures that I'm not going to get any tangles that my rig's presented. Coming down from that, I've got 7 inches of the Cortex matte in weedy green. That's my favourite colour and obviously matches the lake bed that I'm fishing on. I've got a little bit of the power grip putty there just to ensure that the hook link stays pinned to the lake bed. And down to the hook section, it's coating all the way through, and then the last centimetre is just stripped there by the hook, which aids the movement of the hook section in the mouth, which is really important for this rig. What I've done there is I've combied it, so I've tied a back-to-back grinner knot, combied it to the 25-pound rigidity hook link, and I've got about 1 inch or so there coming out the back of a size 4 SR hook. That's just basically the same as a chod rig, so I've got my D there with my little micro rig ring on there, which my Northern Special is mounted on, and I've just counterbalanced that with the rig putty there. Every single fish that I've caught on this session has been absolutely nailed and they were never coming off, so I've got utter confidence in this presentation, so let's get another one back in the lake.
Right, well, it's coming to the end of the session for me. Unfortunately, I've got work in the morning, so I'm going to have to shoot off, but Nathan's...
Come in, I'm in.
Oh, you're in?
I'm in. Well, since that last fish, it got a bit warm and sunny, but now the weather's massively changed. The low pressure's come in and the rain started coming down, and I thought it was going to push the fish down, and it has. My rod's screamed off, middle of the spot again, and I'm attached to an angry mirror, so let's hope we get this one in. Get in there. It's a nice fish then.
Well, what an absolute beast. It's been really quiet today so far, but the weather's changed in the last hour and the rain's been hammering down. The winds got up and I thought they'd get their heads down, and they definitely did. This one went £29 4 ounce and it's a new PB for me, so I'm absolutely over the moon. What a session I'm having. I think I'm going to get some pictures and then slip it back. Absolutely buzzing.
Well, that's the end of the trip for me, unfortunately. I've got work in the morning, so I've got to jump off now, but Nathan's staying on for another night and I'm pretty sure he'll have a good chance of getting another one. But it's been a bit of a struggle this session for me, hasn't it, Nate?
Yeah, it's been a tough one for Jord. Like we keep saying, that deep gully in front of me at 104 yards is really producing, and it's just unfortunate that Jord hasn't got anything like that in front of him. There's no feature like that for him to fish to, and the fish are just holding up there and I'm just nicking them as they're coming round the islands and into that gully, so it has been unfortunate for you, mate. So
yeah, I've had a good time though. I'd just like to say a big thanks to Ed and all the staff here at Farlows for having us. It's been great, haven't they?
Yeah, they've been awesome, they've been really good, so have a safe trip, mate, take it easy, and if I catch anything in the night, you'll be the first to know. Right, well, like we said, Jord had to shoot off last night because he had work this morning, so he left me here on my own to do an extra night, and to be honest, nothing happened in the night. It was really quiet, the temperature dropped, and yeah, it just didn't happen. So I got up this morning really early, had a look, weather's got a little bit warmer, the wind's picked up, so I recast the rods, and it's probably about 10 o'clock now, and I've just had a double take. I can't believe it, to be honest. I've got a common in the net and a nice scaly mirror in the net, so I think what I'll do now is I'll get them out and let you have a look. Right, well there it is, the first half of that double take. £21 1 ounce of stunning common, I think you'll agree. I'm absolutely over the moon. I didn't think I'd get another chance with that temperature dropping, but like buses, two came along at once, so I think I'll take some stills of this, slip it back and get that bigger one out to show you. Well, I said the second half of that brace was bigger. I didn't think it was going to go this big. £30 1 ounce, another PB for me. I'm absolutely over the moon. Oh man, to get a double take here at Farlows with the conditions we've had has been unbelievable. And to have 7 fish in total, topped by this one, it's just beyond my wildest dreams. If I don't have another take, thanks for watching. Thanks to Ed and everyone at Farlows, and we'll see you in the next video. Get in there.